Welcome back, everybody. Well, the hack of the Democratic National Committee servers, do you remember that? As well as the increased reliance on technology in our election process, it's got many security experts concerned. Now, Mike Wispy from Tech2U is here to weigh in on how technology could influence the presidential election. This is a serious and concerning topic. Let's start off with the hacking of the DNC servers first. How did that happen?
Right, so someone got some personal information on one of the candidates, and they're exploiting that to sway public opinion. So that's pretty scary. Now, we think, it seems to be all the evidence is pointing towards Russia being behind this. So if you imagine a foreign country affecting domestic affairs, that has huge ramifications. And this kind of behavior is really prevalent in Russia and China. So we can only imagine what's going to happen with that. And actually, a recent example that people might remember is North Korea hacking Sony back in 2014.
Right.
In response to, they didn't like the movie, The Interview.
Oh, yes, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. And wasn't there some sort of either threat or trying to either hold ransom or something like that?
Exactly,
that they go along with that.
Exactly, it doesn't agree with their political views, and, and they feel threatened, so they hack and hold people hostage for it.
Now, how likely is this to continue happening moving forward? Because it seems like there's always going to be somebody who's upset over a specific platform or a specific company, or even the way that a political process is going. So how likely are we to see these types of hacks continue?
Oh, extremely likely. I mean, I can't see an end to this. This is going to keep going for a while. Actually, in 2015, the Federal Office of Personnel Management has reported a huge hack which exposed a lot of the security clearance data. And this was so big that we could possibly be feeling the effects of this for quite a while.
Yeah, and I know that a lot of companies who are in the business of preventing these types of hacks, they're the ones who are getting a lot of business nowadays because cybersecurity is priority #1. Let's talk a little bit now about the actual voting process and those electronic voting machines. Nowadays, we got those voting machines that are kind of linked to everything, so that could make them more vulnerable to hackers as well. Is that true?
Yeah, that is true. Actually, so far, there's been no evidence that these machines have been compromised, but we've got to think about what happens to these machines. The data is being transferred to a county server, and each individual county can decide how they want to deal with this. So there's no real overall rules. There's basic security has to be in place, but I mean, there's a lot of counties, and we really need to work out how to get this done. But really, this year is not going to be too bad. We have about 75% of voters will actually vote on traditional paper ballots. So.
Paper ballots may be the safest way to go nowadays, but with each individual county doing their own process, that might be good in a certain way because there's not one general way that you can hack into all of these systems.
This is true,
If there are some individual processes going on, they'd maybe have to be more local than do something.
Kind of damage limitation almost.
Yeah, almost, exactly. What about the app of the week?
Yeah, my app of the week this week is called After Focus. And what that does, you've seen those photos that are beautiful where they have something in main focus in the front and everything in the background blurry. Looks really professional, like you spent thousands on getting that produced. Well, this app's 99 cents. And you can get that on Android or iPhone. And it will let you do the same thing. It actually lets you take the photo and then focus afterwards.
Oh, okay.
So it does all the processing after you've taken a pretty crummy shot. You can actually make it look really nice. And it's really super easy to, I mean, I can use it. I'm not a photographer, and I've made some real nice photos out of that.
And people love their photo apps, that's for sure. And I'm wondering if you could, once you get those photos, share them on all the different platforms.
It's all integrated now. So one click and you share it to Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, everywhere. So it's good.
All right, Mike Wispy, Tech2U, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate your time. Of course, you're going to be back next week with more cool and fun stuff.
That's right.